Imagine pouring your heart and soul into a company, building its entire foundation, only to be dismissed as a boy, playing fantasy football by someone who doesn't even understand your work. That's exactly what happened to Jordan Banks. But when they tried to steal his genius, he flipped the script in a way that left them speechless, and their tech empire in ruins. Stick around for a revenge story so satisfying, you'll be cheering by the end. If you've ever felt underestimated, disrespected, or pushed aside by someone who thought they were better than you, this story is for you. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and let's dive into one of the most jaw-dropping Reddit revenge stories you'll ever hear. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. It's 9 p.m. on a rainy Tuesday in Seattle. The office of Zephyrstone Technologies is dark, save for the glow of a single monitor. Jordan Banks, 27, sits hunched over his keyboard, his fingers flying across the keys as lines of code scroll past. The air smells faintly of coffee and cleaning solution. His desk is a mess of empty mugs and post-it notes scrawled with algorithms. For 3 years, Jordan has been the unsung hero of this tech startup, the mastermind behind 6 pending patents that form the backbone of their entire product line. Authentication systems, data compression, real-time synchronization. Jordan's brain built the tech that made Zephyrstone a rising star in the cloud storage world. But tonight, something's different. His jaw is tight, his shoulders tense. He's not just debugging code. He's wrestling with a growing sense of betrayal. Enter Sienna Walsh, 24, the new Chief Technology Officer's daughter. She struts past Jordan's desk in her designer heels, clutching a stack of papers that probably hold nothing more technical than a buzzword-heavy marketing pitch. Her voice cuts through the silence like a knife. Still here, Jordan? Don't you have a life outside this place? Jordan glances up, his eyes narrowing slightly. He's just finished a critical security patch for Zephyrstone's upcoming product launch. He's exhausted but proud. This code will keep their system secure, their users safe. But Sienna? She doesn't care. She glances at his screen, her lips curling into a condescending smirk. Right. Well, maybe you should take a break. Go back to your fantasy football games, boy. Leave the real work to people who understand it. The word boy lands like a slap. Jordan's fingers freeze on the keyboard. His heart thumps in his chest, a mix of shock and rage. Fantasy football? He's never played a game in his life. His evenings are spent writing code that keeps Zephyrstone's platform from collapsing. But to Sienna, he's just a grunt, a nobody who doesn't belong in her shiny, privileged world. She walks away, her heels clicking against the polished floor, leaving Jordan staring at his screen. The lines of code blur as his mind races. Every algorithm, every security protocol, every efficiency improvement that makes this company competitive. It's mine. My mind. My hands. And yet, here's this 24-year-old Stanford MBA, fresh out of school with zero technical experience, dismissing him like he's a kid playing video games. Let's rewind a bit to understand why this moment stings so much. 3 years ago, Jordan joined Zephyrstone when it was just a 40-person startup in a gritty Georgetown warehouse. Back then, the founder, David Keller, was a coder's coder. He'd sit with the team during late-night sessions, eating pizza and debating architecture over whiteboards. David got it. He built the first version of the platform himself. But 6 months ago, pancreatic cancer forced him to step down. The board replaced him with Margaret Walsh, Sienna's mother, a polished executive from a big consulting firm. Margaret's resume screamed professional manager, but her technical knowledge? Barely enough to spell API. And Sienna? She showed up 2 months ago as a strategic intern, reporting directly to her mom. No technical role, no coding experience. But suddenly she's sitting in engineering meetings, tossing out buzzwords like agile methodologies and suggesting the dev team is overstaffed. Jordan noticed the warning signs early. His name was scrubbed from technical docs. Meeting invites stopped coming. Margaret and Sienna were planning something, and Jordan was clearly not part of it. The final straw comes the next morning. Jordan opens an email from Margaret, sent at 11:47 p.m. the night before team restructuring. Please review. His stomach drops as he reads. After the product launch in 2 weeks, His role as a core developer is being downgraded to maintenance and support. Same salary, but reporting to a new hire with half his experience. No discussion, no warning. Just a cold, calculated demotion. Jordan leans back in his chair, his pulse racing. He can feel the heat creeping up his neck. They're sidelining me, keeping me just long enough to ensure the launch, then tossing me aside before my patents transfer. Those patents, his authentication system, compression algorithms, synchronization protocols, are still legally his, filed on his own dime, on his own time. The company has 3 months before they officially own them. And Jordan. He's starting to realize he's got more power than they think. That afternoon, Jordan drives to a coffee shop by the Seattle waterfront. The rain drums against the windows as he sips his coffee and calls his lawyer, Thomas Garrett. For 2 hours, they dissect his employment contract. Thomas confirms what Jordan suspected. The patents are his until the transfer is complete. And any code tied to those patents? Also his. If Zephyrstone is using his tech without a formal license, they're on shaky legal ground. Jordan's mind races. What if I revoke their access? What if I pull the plug on the tech they're stealing? It's a risky move, but the thought of Sienna's smug boy comment and Margaret's patronizing restructuring plan fuels his resolve. He spends the night auditing his contributions to Zephyrstone's platform. The results are staggering. His authentication framework powers every login, every API call, every data transfer. His compression algorithms cut storage costs by 60%. His synchronization protocols enable the real-time features that make Zephyrstone stand out. Without his work, they're just another generic cloud storage company. But there's more. Digging through old emails, Jordan uncovers a chilling truth. Margaret and Sienna have been planning this for weeks. Margaret requested detailed system docs under the guise of knowledge management. Sienna accessed code repositories for a so-called efficiency analysis. Someone even copied files to an external server, authorized by senior management. It's clear now, they're trying to steal his work, claim his patents as company property, and push him out before he can fight back. Jordan's not going down without a fight. He meets with Margaret the next day, keeping his tone professional but firm. I designed the systems you're restructuring, he says. His voice steady despite the anger simmering beneath. Those patents are mine. They haven't transferred yet. Margaret's smile is cold, her eyes calculating. All intellectual property developed during your employment belongs to the company. She says, flipping through a folder, there are concerns about whether you used company resources. Fighting this would be expensive. Jordan. Disruptive. It's a threat, plain and simple. They'll bury him in legal fees if he tries to fight. But Jordan's already one step ahead. That night, he and Thomas draft a cease and desist order. If Zephyrstone wants to play dirty, he'll play smarter. The next morning, Jordan arrives early. At 9:45 a.m. He sends a routine email to the dev team. Maintenance on the authentication. System at 11 a.m. No one bats an eye. At 10 a.m. a courier delivers the cease and desist. Order to Margaret's office, through the glass wall. Jordan watches her face pale as she reads it. Sienna rushes in, her confident smirk gone, replaced by panic. At 11 a.m. Jordan remotely disables his authentication framework. The effect is instant. Logins fail. ARPAs crash. Collaboration sessions drop. The platform status page lights up with red alerts. Customer support lines explode with complaints. The office descends into chaos as developers scramble, unaware that the system's core is untouchable without Jordan's code. Margaret storms to his desk, her face crimson. What the hell have you done? She demands, her voice shaking. Jordan meets her gaze, calm but unyielding. I'm protecting my intellectual property. You wanted to play games. I'm done playing. Sienna, standing behind her mother, looks like she's about to cry. Can't you just turn it back on? She pleads. Jordan leans forward, his voice low and deliberate. You told me to go back to my fantasy football games. I'm taking your advice. As he packs his laptop and heads for the elevator, the office is a war zone. Developers shout, phones ring, and Margaret's on a heated call with the board. Sienna's voice echoes through the chaos. Just bypass it. But the senior developer's response says it all. We can't. The entire platform is built on Jordan's framework. Without it, we have nothing. Jordan's story isn't just about revenge, it's about standing up for what's yours. When Sienna and Margaret underestimated him, they forgot one crucial truth. In tech, knowledge is power. Jordan didn't just walk away. He reclaimed his work and reminded them that respect and competence can't be faked. Karma. It's real. And sometimes, it hits harder than a crashing server. If Jordan's epic takedown gave you chills, smash that like button and drop a comment below. What's the most satisfying revenge story you've ever heard? Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more stories of justice served cold. Until next time, keep fighting for what's yours. See you in the next video.